You're now tuning into Foaming at the Mouth podcast. We ballin', boy. Yeah. This is the official podcast for social topics, relationship goals, politics, life, you name it, we got it. You got something to say? Let's talk about it. Your baby daddy ain't? Hold on, let's talk about it. Baby mama drama, let's talk about it. We even showcase what you think about this video. What's that? It's where you, the viewer, will have a chance to watch, listen, comment, and let's not forget, share. Foaming at the Mouth. You heard me right, it's back and better than ever. You remember when it took over the streets? Now it's about to take over the world. Foaming at the Mouth podcast. Either we make them listen or make them watch. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen, I just want to say, praise the Creator, because this was not going to happen tonight if it's up to me. You know why? I'm so damn sleepy. Ladies and gentlemen, Sister Kim, I know her as Mina. Thank you for being here tonight.
You're welcome.
Oh, I thought she was going to do sign language to me, like, don't get shy now. I was telling the sister before I introduce her, right? I was telling the sister Mitch while you guys were out there getting food for the 8th time. Yeah. Oh, look at my stomach. It's all their fault. It's the skinny man's fault. So I was telling her that when people do conversations, sorry, live, when people do conversations, okay, you can't rotate it. Manual, peace and blessings, brother. So I'm going to keep this on our guests. You want to hold this for a little bit just to where they can see it? You can almost set it somewhere just for a little bit. You can actually set it. It says you can't rotate it. You can set it right here. Actually, you can set it right here. Anyways, what I was saying is that people always talk better when they don't think they're being recorded, right?
Of course, yeah.
And so I want you just to enjoy a conversation with me. Mm-hmm. To the best of your ability, we're going to act as if we're not being recorded, because we, other than live, which will only be on there for a few minutes, we have the privilege of editing stuff. So saying that, I thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
We're just going to jump right in it. You and I first talked about getting you on the show because of a Facebook post. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that post? If not, do you remember the context of it?
I remember me saying that everyone doesn't want to be married.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's where we want to go tonight.
Okay.
There is a battle of the sexes being promoted in the podcast world today. It is financially beneficial for a lot of the podcasts to keep the men and the women going at each other. It is interesting topics that sometimes get people really heated. Now, I'm just going to ask you, why don't some people, if you or some people you know, choose to be married like our ancestors or our forefathers that came before us?
I guess there's a lot of different situations that bring people to get married. A lot of women, like the post was saying, are in love with wanting a wedding. They really don't want to be married. Right. Or they don't think further than the wedding. And there's so much pressure surrounding the wedding. A lot of true characteristics show during that process. So, yeah, like I said, a lot of women don't think past the wedding. It's a lot of compromise. Marriage is a serious commitment, and right. You have to be able to compromise. And right. A lot of times we think that our partner is going to automatically just fit in where we need them to be, but they don't even really know where they need to be for you, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. And sometimes we may be going into this thing thinking we're going the same direction, but having totally different expectations. I'll give you a prime example. men tend to say what they mean and mean what they say. This is not a shot at women, but a lot of times women's language is more, it has a deeper meaning. A man, prime example, comes home, honey, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. To that man, that means she's okay. Mm-hmm. To the woman, it's like, you don't hear my tone?
Right, my body language.
So I'm not okay. Right. And that's probably some of the things in all my years I've noticed where the trouble comes, because the expectations may be different. Facebook, how you doing? We're going to cut you off in just a little bit, but feel free to ask any questions on there. So that's what you were saying. For you, is marriage an option? Has it been? Have you been married? What would you teach your children, your daughters, your granddaughters? Because there's a lot of people now that say marriage in today's context in America is not really beneficial to men any longer.
But it is.
Why?
Men need women to, just as what you were saying before all of this started, remember? We need each other. You know, I never felt, although I don't foresee being married myself, not right now. I have too many health issues. I'm just not where I want to be geographically in the world. So with me getting where I want to be, I feel like being married will be a obstruction or a distraction, because you got to commit yourself to that. And I'm not willing to do that. So, or compromise.
Wow, that's honest.
But why should I? I've been through so much alone. I built my career. I raised my kids. I did all of this alone. So I know that anything in life I can do alone. I was born alone. I can die alone. You know, plus, like I said, my health issues. I don't want no one, you know, worrying with my sicknesses. So I just don't foresee it for myself.
Right.
But with that being said, a lot of times I get into situations with men, and that's what they assume I want, because so many women want it.
Right.
And that's why I say you have to really know what. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted. They just assume. Right. And then they get to talking that marriage stuff, and I get to acting crazy. I'm not going to lie. I changed my whole way I'm doing things. I used to feed you. I'm not feeding you no more. I'm
really?
Not. Yes, I changed, because I see now where you think it's leading to, where me, it's just us.
But what if one of those men that you've dated really wants to be the one? You're not interested in that? Are you afraid of love?
No, I'm not afraid. I love love. I love being loved. But it will change the direction that my life is going. It's going to change. It's going to require compromise.
Right.
It's going to require a willing to adapt to another person, you know, and I'm just not willing to do that at this time. I have a child, and my world kind of revolves around her, you know. So with that being said, a man will be jealous, you know.
Hey, men, I'm going to look into the camera, and I encourage you as well. I love that we're having a dialogue, but it's okay every once in a while if you want to speak to the cameras, because sometimes you might want to have a stress point, and you might want to look at the men and flip them off or hug them.
I love y'all.
She love y'all. So let's go back to when I met you. I don't remember the year, but was I selling movies then? Was I doing pictures, or was I selling incense oils?
I know you did our BET commercials.
Commercial, right.
Yeah, you did our commercials. I may have seen you or interacted a little bit beforehand, because you would come through the shop.
Right.
You know, but I know that was our first real interaction.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I remember you guys were there on Patterson, right? Wait,
Liberty,
not, I said,
Liberty,
I
the
said
ambiance.
Palace. The ambiance,
Yeah, we was
yes.
at the
Right there
ambiance.
across from Gilmore's.
Right. So
That-
back when BT was BT.
Right, right. Wow, Winston-Salem, we just want to say something. One of our sponsors in the past has been Jason. We are Winston. He makes the shirts for the men and women at the flea market. What's that?
I saw.
Oh man, go shop with him in the flea market.
Okay.
Saturdays and Sundays. You have tomorrow. He's been a sponsor of the show. We're actually going to get him on the show. I love his shirts. I've worn them a few times on the show. Good brother, man, just doing his thing. Excuse me fast. I'm going to have to see if we have any questions. Let's see. Bring them on camera. Oh, Snipes. Hey, can I see? Oh, she said, bring who on camera? Her boo is looking for. Hey, Michael Jordan, when you get a second, I got to call his name. He's got so many aliases, right? Hey, yo, listen, I got to get Snipes on here. I got to get my brother on here. Can I see this phone real fast, please? Let me just see. Oh, Snipes, my brother, yes. Mario, what's good? Got all the fellas on here. That's good, man. Hey, but listen, so fellas, you got any questions for she said she goes by Chocolate. What y'all think, y'all? She flies, she beautiful. This is Sister Kim. I know her as Mina.
Kim Dale on Facebook.
Kim Dale. Hey, listen, you heard what she said. She didn't say she was single. She says, okay, she's single. So, and look, she got some leg out too. Are we allowed to say that? I got to ask that every show, right? Hey, Michael Jordan, Eminem. I called you Eminem last time. I got to ask that every show. Remember I complimented the sister with the boots?
Yes.
Because we living in a different world. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to be afraid to compliment people.
Don't be.
Ain't no need.
Yeah.
Closed mouth don't get fed.
Right. So can you get her mic situated?
Oh,
I want
I'm
her.
sorry, I'm
no,
sorry.
no. I want you to be comfortable. Are you comfortable sitting up or sitting back?
I think sitting up.
Okay, sitting up. We're going to adjust her mic then.
You have the cameras up.
Do it just move up.
Oh yeah. No, you're okay if you come in. Hey, listen. This is like Drink Champs. You know about Drink Champs? Okay. Yeah, put it in her face. Not like that. Put the microphone in her face. Golly, you got to watch what we say on live. No comment. Okay, is it close enough for you?
Oh yeah, I think so. You can hear me?
I can hear you great.
Okay, great.
But still, remember, even though you're engaging me, there's going to be cameras out here. This is what the world will see.
Okay.
So every once in a while when you're talking to me, you'll want to look at them.
Okay.
We still good on that? Trey game, bitch. King of the city. You know you are, brother. You know my brother?
I think I do.
Man, who doesn't? Shirt
Yeah.
off, muscular.
Oh, yeah.
Running, you're feeding the babies, knocking the dudes out, hitting the baby mamas.
What?
No, this is my brother. He's
Don't
on
hit
some
the baby
consciousness
mama.
now, but yeah, listen. I'm going to be honest with you. There's something about foaming at the mouth like Khalil got the dog in him. Yeah, I just saw your brother the other day at the 2 to 6. They put me a line and they said a line about me in a song, like got that dog in him like Khalil, foaming at the mouth, got that dog in him like Khalil. Man, that's my favorite verse ever. They made me blush and humble. But those brothers supported me, them, JT, DDE, when I first got on the scene with the foaming at the mouth. I never try to forget those who rock with me. But let me just give you a little history of the city of Winston from my perspective, right? So I was coming home from the School of Hard Knocks. I was incarcerated. One of the reasons I came to Winston-Salem, let me give you a little fast history. 1993, I was in Raleigh, North Carolina. I came here from Washington State. It was me, Krusty, and my man Jabril. Check him out online. He's got a podcast, Israel Mills. Him and the Angry Man. Angry Man almost got 1 million subscribers. They're doing numbers. They kind of rough on the sisters. They speak good for the men. Those brothers are tough. But me, Krusty, and Israel and James said, let's go to Winston tonight. I didn't know nothing about Winston-Salem. It was 1993. Joe Horton, what's good, brother? Tell me if I'm telling the truth. We leave. He had the white Infinity. 1993, Michael Jordan. We go down Liberty Street. I said, damn, they got some beautiful chocolate women in this city. We pulled up to Shamus? You're not old enough to remember. Who remembers Shamus?
Oh, I heard the name.
Baby
Oh, they
Shamus.
young. They too young. Okay, come on, y'all. Come on.
I'm just
Snipes.
not from here. That's all.
Listen. So we out there and I'm flirting, getting my little flirt on. They club is packed. All of a sudden, blap, 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 blap. They start shooting.
downtown?
Downtown.
I do remember it.
They start shooting. So this is 1993. We didn't have the cell phone. So we jump on back to Raleigh. I was like, man, I was going to have fun in Winston, right? Because our driver was kind of scary. And so that was my first memory of Winston-Salem, fine-ass chocolate women and shooting. Lo and behold, I go to prison, and all I hear about is Trey 4, Trey 4, Trey 4. So I hooked up with a lot of cats from Winston, met some of them, and the reason I came to Winston-Salem was because of Imam Khalid Griggs at the mosque. He used to come and visit us in prison. But, man, Winston-Salem is my second home. I'm not from here, but I've been here 30 years, graduated from Winston State. My babies are from here. This is probably where I'll die because I love the South. I love the South. I'm from Washington State. I love the West Coast. I love everywhere. But it's something about the South. Hey, Joe Horton, man, I really need to bring you on camera sometime on another day. I got to get you on the show. I'm going to get back to my guest. Guess what she's drinking on? H2O. Water. What is she drinking?
Tequila.
Indian water.
Oh,
Indian water?
Creek water.
best creek water I ever had.
Or creek water, yeah. Listen, that the true serum. One of our brothers, I'm not saying his name if he watching, I don't ever want to be around you when you drink. Man, the devil came out that child. Homecoming, I love my brother. I'm gonna just call him out. No, I can't call him. Are y'all kissing? We love you. Listen, last time I got you on here, you were rubbing her back, and now he's kissing her. We hire a guy. This is our man. He gonna win over all the women by being a gentleman. Kay Chanel said, "Oh, he's the best." She said he's the best.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, Mitch is. Yeah,
We
Mitch,
need love in these days and times.
Right,
'Cause
let's-
I don't understand this man and woman beef thing. I really
right.
don't.
I don't want no beef
I
like
think
that.
I thought it was because of the politics,
It probably is.
and but I just don't get it. I don't
So
get it.
I'm listening. So what do you think is a deeper meaning? I think and no, I know there's an agenda to keep the family divided. That's politically, that's morally, spiritually. I mean, let's just look at it from a consumer perspective, right? Mm-hmm. Women like to shop more than men, right?
Sometimes, yes.
It's a generalization, but there is a lot of truth in generalizations. We know that, just being real, right?
Yeah.
So if you go to a store where women are shopping, watch them. It's an art. It's the ancient DNA coming out of the gathering, right? It's the gathering. And the men just want to hunt, kill, and get it over with. And so if you go to a store, the men, if they have like a bench, you'll see the older men sitting down. Yeah. And the only reason the young men are standing up is because they're trying to find some woman in the store. That's the only reason. The older men that have women, they sit down and they watch the young tails or the sexy tails going by them. So the men sit to rest, but they sit to get a good view. Do you know that?
No, I didn't know.
Okay. Myra, what's good, sis?
Insight.
Yeah, give it an insight. I don't want to be a sellout like Steve Harvey and give up all the men's issues, right? Yeah, all the information. We still good on that camera right there? Sister Myra, we've been talking about getting her on the show. Talk about very spiritual, deep sister. Say hello to my sister. Say hello.
Hello.
You have any questions for the young ladies? We're going to get to, we don't want to tell too much, but my brother and I were talking about we're going to have a live interaction on our shows, aren't we? We're going to step our game up, and you're going to be able to jump through the camera and sit here with us. And when you're tired of us, you're getting ready to jump back. Do you believe that? Hey, I can't even ask. Lanita, Brown Sugar in the building. Brown Sugar, what's up, sister? So a year ago, I was doing these podcasts where we were letting people call in from the house. We're going to get back to that.
Okay.
That's dope too. So you can sit in the comfort of the house. I must make an announcement. We have a new podcast. The first 2 episodes are dropping the next day. We have the Dads Are Dope podcast where we celebrate men. We have the Sharon with Shawn Spillman, kind of like what we're doing here, conversations. And then we got the Pillow Talk podcast. But you cannot come on there with clothes.
Shout out, Mr. C.
Chris Crockett, tell him,
C.
hey, you cannot come on there with clothes.
That sounds like a crucial conflict.
No, it's what it is. You want to be in your bed, or you want to be sitting in your bedroom, and you I don't mean you have to
Pillow
be naked.
talk.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
And this came about because my sister back home in Washington State, Lori, myself, and Chris at different times will be on Facebook Messenger, FaceTiming each other, and our conversations are dope. And I'm like, yo, why aren't we recording this? Because once again, great conversation when you're not recording is the best. So we want to know, will you be a guest on Pillow Talk?
Nope.
She said no. Hey,
Don't
listen.
catch me naked. Oh,
No.
look,
Oh, my God.
under the covers.
No, that's what you can be. Listen.
Okay.
But you
Sure.
No, you don't have to be. You're not going to be in the studio. You're going to be in your own house.
Okay.
And so you're being like a Skype or Zoom or
Okay. Yeah.
Lanita. Oh my God, it's gonna be so dope. Could you imagine 30 people in there? And it don't have to be lewd. It's just a relaxed environment. All these podcasts are so, sit there and try to look like you're smarter than you are. Everybody's so damn smart now.
Really?
Have you been watching podcasts?
A little bit.
Everybody
But
has.
not no. I don't dedicate any time to
Right.
Yeah,
I do.
That's why I
started-
said I'm basically secluded. I'm cut off from the world,
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I don't know protocol on a lot of things. The etiquette, the new etiquette. I know old school etiquette, and I implement it. And a lot of times I'm berated for it. Now nobody do that no more.
Do you mind if we talk about what you talked about earlier, or I can delve into that subject about you were sharing with me about when you went to the funeral, remember?
Oh yes. Yeah, my father passed away and we had the funeral and I wasn't aware what the protocol is. Now mind you, this is in Myrtle Beach, so I
Right.
don't, South Carolina. I'm not sure, how things differ. But things are evolving and changing all the time, really though. But I wasn't prepared to see my father's open casket, and I seen his open casket, and I really didn't appreciate that. Usually here in Winston, anything and everything is on the obituary. Who's going to sing, everything is on the obituary. So that wasn't on the obituary, and it totally took me by surprise. I was upset and frustrated, because it was out of my control.
Right.
A lot of times, that's my biggest issue is dealing with stuff that's out of my control.
Are you a control freak?
I don't think so, but maybe I am.
First
Like
of all,
I said,
our
I'm such a
condolences.
secluded,
Right.
right? I've been so secluded, so maybe I am, and maybe that's why,
Right. And maybe that's what works for you because you know that at least you can count on yourself.
Thank you.
I tell you, sometimes looking at the people that are watching, I tell you, sometimes there's nobody better than yourself to do it. So when the imam used to preach, Mr. Griggs used to preach that there's a card called "Somebody Ought to Do It," right? Like, hey, man, why isn't everybody watching that old lady ride up and down the street? Why isn't nobody feeding her? Why isn't somebody helping her? Why isn't somebody speaking out against the ill? Somebody ought to do that. And sometimes that somebody is you, especially when it's in your heart. I tell you, I go by my heart. I would love to give a tribute to my mother and your father. May they rest in peace. My mother passed in 1997, and I learned so much from her. I used to wake up. We heard that song tonight. Old Rugged Cross by
yes.
Stephen McWhitter. Go check him out. That was in the church that we were raised in, they would sing that song, that old gospel. And I would say sometimes when I was feeling sorry for myself, my parents were poor. Nobody left me an inheritance. And then as I grew spiritually, I said, Lord, you gave me the best inheritance. You gave me a mother that taught me how to pray, that prayed over me, that loved people, that would go in public and feed people. Now I can't escape it. Now, my wife and other people that know me, that are around me, know if a stranger comes up and asks me for food, I have to feed them. Even if they're running game on me, I have to buy the food for them because that was ingrained from my mother. And because of social media, because we like to post everything, I don't. I hear this little whisper in my head, but nobody's going to know you're doing it. You see how easy the devil gets you? Like we gotta show that we're doing good deeds.
Look, everybody that knows me knows Kim Dale do that lottery thing. I would play like 5-10 tickets, and half of those tickets I give away. That was my 10%. That was me giving back because of the way I was raised.
Right.
And I'm not in a church, not in a building, not committing to anybody's covenant. So I have my own set of rules and regulations, and with that, it seemed like the more I feed people, the more I was fed.
Right.
But the thing was, I didn't like fanfare behind that. A lot of times I wouldn't even accept the thank you.
Really,
it's more like it was a gift, a skill, a gift. And it's only right that I give back.
Right.
But I don't want the publicity from doing that, because it would be nothing for me to set up a camera and record that,
right.
Just to let people know that, I do give back.
Right.
But it's not going to be to somebody to ask.
Right.
If you don't ask, 9 out of 10 times I'm going to help you.
Right. Hey, Chandra, my daughter says, who is that? Hey, Yolanda, this is a longtime friend that I've known for, not a long time, about 15, 20 years maybe. Dang, where's the time go by?
Since I've been in Winston.
And this is my daughter. She said, what's going on? Hey, baby girl. Hey, Yolanda, how are you? Chandra just had a birthday, and I'm a part of this group, the one that was called Gray Hair Me.
Yes.
You have 540 comments, Chandra. 700, almost 800 people loved your stuff.
You're beautiful.
Well, she is beautiful. Thank you. You saw that picture that I showed you.
Yes.
Yeah. She get her good looks from
her mother.
Her mother. There you go. Oh, let's go and end this show right now. That was good. Good answer. Oh, that was a good answer. And I put on all the black for my guests. Look at that. No. Hey, Michael Jordan, we got to cut the show. No, we're good. I walked right in there.
See, men don't like the truth.
Oh, wow. Hey, she got the wrong liquor, man. She got the wrong drink. Hey, listen.
Some good stuff.
Listen, I'm going to take the humble route and say you're right. Listen. And you know what's crazy? The defensive side to me, listen, when I used to go through the shops, remember I used to come to your salons and stuff like that? I used to get in so much trouble in those salons.
Not you. For what?
I was very free-spirited. I didn't make a big deal of it, but I was getting to know some of the women in the shops, different places, yeah.
You was always a delight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I was like a kid in a candy store. But while I was with their mother, I was faithful. Look. Well, I have a great rest of the interview and night. Love you, Pops. I love you, too. You're so special to me. You're amazing. Thank you, baby. She is awesome, yeah. So, but I'll give you a prime example. I was with their mother, and we were living out in Walkertown. We had a nice home out there. And I used to sell black soap, the dark bar,
yes.
Oils and incense, And one lady had my business card, and she called me about 11 p.m. one night. And I was like, what? And their mother rolled, what's going on? And I said, yes, ma'am, can I help you? Which now I wouldn't even answer the phone, right? She's like, I just want to tell you, I just took a shower with that black soap. It was so amazing. And their
You
mothers.
couldn't wait till tomorrow to tell me.
Right. Their mother was steaming. She was steaming. Oh, my. Smoke, but I feel good.
Great.
Okay.
People.
Yeah,
Good
right.
company.
Right.
Amen.
Yeah. I always recognize that. Look, let me tell you.
That's number one.
Remember I said I'm isolated.
Right.
I don't F with people. You hear me? I stay away from people. So I F
Right.
with you. So yeah.
Oh, wow. She said, did you catch that? She said she F's with me. No. Yeah. Click the red button. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you want to speak into the microphone? Let's ready. This is our reaction. That sets the mood, doesn't it?
Yes.
Talking about feeling good.
I posted this song not too long ago.
Just listen. Just listen. Can you hear what we're listening to? Oh my God, Stephanie Mills. I feel good all over. Stephanie Mills, we thank you for that beautiful music, and I feel good. And with my reaction channel, I just started because I was like, we talk about that thought. You get that thought, I need to do this. Mm-hmm. And there's other people that are doing reaction channels that are amazing. So my channel's new, but I cry on there. I talk about spiritual stuff. I mean, because music leads.
What's that on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're going to be on there. Yeah. Can I type it in for you?
Sure. Let me see.
Yeah. Get it to where I don't see nothing crazy.
No, nothing crazy.
Okay, good. Most people have their.
It's just, the code you got to get
Right.
through and what you do. What's that on YouTube?
Yeah, go to YouTube.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm going to type it in reactions by Shawn. So, buy Ford now.
Wait a minute. You know what? It might not be
Okay.
YouTube. It might be something else. It's called YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go. Let's go. Reactions.
A wireless keyboard. Wow.
Okay, so for instance, here it is right here. Like, okay, so look, here it is right here. This is the channel.
Okay.
Dang, we're up to 7,000. So if you ever want to, I'll give you a prime example.
So go ahead and subscribe me, whatever you post.
We'll have it. That's Chris Stapleton. Chris Stapleton can sing, can he? Those white folks getting down right there. You ever seen this? Right. So what you and I were doing, also, so what you and I were doing was reacting to that song. So if you don't, with your permission, I'll put it up. That's Stephanie Mills. So what would you say about that Stephanie Mills song? I Feel Good. Tell the people in the camera, the viewer, what. And sorry,
It's nostalgic.
It is.
It's nostalgic. I'm not as young as you think I am. How old do you think I am?
Oh, that's a tough question because black don't crack. So you might have a few years in it, and might be few. I've seen some sisters that look good. When I know you're not this age, but I've seen some sisters look good into their 70s.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm 50.
50.
I am.
I'm gonna give you a dab. You're beautiful, doing it great. 50. Look, as soon as you get some gray hair, you can become a part of that group.
Well, I am gray.
I'm just
completely gray.
What's that?
I'm completely.
That's beautiful. I'm telling you. You seen the group? That's amazing. That's the wisdom.
Yeah.
Gray hair me is amazing, right?
I gotta join that. Too.
Yeah, I'll send you. Yeah, just definitely. So jumping in. So Michael Jordan, this is where I think that we need to find a mic that sits in front of them that they can be comfortable because
I'm moving around.
No, you're fine. But listen how good your voice sounds when you speak into the mic, right?
Yes.
And so,
Versus when it doesn't.
that helps me on the editing. But I want you to be comfortable because I want to sometimes lay down when I speak, like
No, we don't
sleep
need
and
you like
snore.
that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, too much. Don't hurt them. Hey, brother, she just turned one way and tried to show half her leg.
nothing.
Oh my God, the guys and girls are gonna go crazy.
Nobody can see this though, can
Oh yeah, unless what if I want to put it in there? Like no, because I don't want a lot of editing. So we're gonna get to a point where we just it runs simultaneously, and once we're done, it's done. It goes up a line, right? Mm-hmm. But we were talking about before our phone break. Data, so much information about the battle of the sexes, and then we got into your father and some of the traditions and the norms. And you had said that they had an open casket. You were shocked because of, you're raised a certain way. And then you and I spoke earlier off camera. What in the hell is wrong with y'all that take pictures of your family members when they dying with their mouth open in their worst condition and you got your crazy ass up there smiling? Who the hell are they taking those pictures for?
Themselves.
Ego,
pride, for clout.
Why? To say I'm here with, look at me, I'm here with my grandmother? That's crazy.
I can't even explain the turn of the world. That's why I stay isolated.
Right.
I can't deal with it a lot of times. I can't rationalize it, And
right.
The way my mouth is, I just open it up and things come out. So I just say,
good.
No, it's not.
Okay, you're like, F you, mother sucker.
No, not like
okay,
that.
okay.
More like, who raised you? Or
right.
What made you think it was a good idea to come outside in your pajamas? Like,
right.
Where did this come from? Because I got a daughter and we don't do that,
Right.
Where I'm from, you don't do that.
Right.
But, even to coming outside with your bonnet on, like I'm a big no.
You see what was the sister's name? The one I love, the actress, very powerful actress. Oh man, her and Oprah and Tyler and them were going at it. Come on Club Shay Shay. Come on, what's our sister's name? Michael Jordan.
Tell me she didn't have a bonnet on.
No, she was getting on the sisters for wearing bonnets out in public. What's her name? Auntie.
Thank you, ma'am.
What's her name? Come on, y'all.
I need to look her up and give her some props.
No, you guys know her. Everybody. She was complaining about Oprah and Tyler Perry. She was on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp show.
Monique?
Yeah, how come we can't think about Monique? Man, my memory is...
And I did see Monique on Shay Shay, but I don't think I watched the whole thing. I didn't watch the whole thing.
It's hard to watch shows now for a long time because we're so used to the stories and the quickness and I think
just don't have time.
And I think that kind of I figured you out. Instead of Dr. Phil, I'm Dr. Khalil. I just diagnosed you instantly. Let me tell you, you don't have time. You like the shorts. Your attention span. So when a man says he wants to marry you, that's like the long version. The hour and 40-minute show, you get rid of it because your attention span. No, I'm just joking. So
no, because I've loved the same man for 20 years.
Really?
Yes, really.
And you thought marriage was a bad idea, or?
That's just not what for one, I thought I was going to die.
Right.
Two, I'm geographically not where I want to be in the world.
Now,
I want to be in a bigger place.
Okay.
Like Texas or...
Oh, so when you say that, you really mean geographically, like...
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, dope. She want to
More
be in
people think about my profession.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in a $1 billion profession.
Right.
In order to get them $1 billion, I got to be almost near 1 billion people. You see what I'm saying? So the bigger the city, the better I'm gonna be. So it's always
The
been my
bigger the city, the better I'll be. That's a damn lyric. The bigger the city, the better I'll be. That sounds like, oh boy, I'm the biggest, right? Doesn't it? The bigger the better the city I'll be. I'm no longer wanting to live in the TRE. Tonight I'm getting interviewed by OG. Half the people in the city don't know me. I'm quiet and kept. He said he's high, so you know that he slept. Okay, let's go. We got our black on.
I know, right?
Yeah, all black.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the smile is beautiful. So what camera is catching her, cameraman? Because we're engaged. So is she good? Because I'm seeing her, but is she? See how you're looking in the camera right there? Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, I need you to talk into the mic and look at the camera. Okay. Now. See, it's hard because this is why we need to start putting the camera over this angle. Yeah, this is good. We're starting to make the shorts. How you doing, young lady? You want to get on the camera? Man, you're beautiful. You got a beautiful woman. She said, You got him a beautiful sister, don't he? He's
trying to hide her and keep her to himself.
Yeah. Hiding all that chocolate. Look at him, thumbs up.
You can't hide chocolate for so long.
No,
Somebody gonna sniff it out. I'm telling you.
Right. You just hope that chocolate don't want to melt in anybody else's hands.
Right.
You're like, no, don't be great. But with me, look at him. Look at him.
Chocolate.
Yo, he's crazy.
Like I tell him, I'm not the sweet kind. So, like that baking chocolate. It's not that sweet. That's me. The dog better.
Wow. Did you hear her put her voice on him? Yeah. These microphones were great.
When I say I hate the sound of my voice.
No, her voice you sound great.
Yeah.
He's got a radio voice, doesn't he? Hello, this is DJ 106 and 5. We are now looking at the traffic, and this is the quiet storm.
Oh.
Right. Oh, yeah, he's been drinking. I've been drinking. So we're very thankful that that you showed up, and I just said, she's really going to make it. When I rang 3 times and you were a few minutes behind schedule, which was great because we're always behind schedule. When it rang the 3rd time, I said, she's not coming. I don't know why.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and I said, she's not coming.
The life we live every day.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, listen, we've invited So recently I've been going after the women's stories, right? Because I want to give a platform where everybody can speak, right? But I like to hear things like in a safe environment from the sister, from the women's perspective, because everybody's a scholar on women's thoughts, and most of the time it isn't coming from women. And I'll be honest, in all my years of living, I think I understand you guys, but I still don't understand you guys.
Never will. We don't understand ourselves half the time. That's why we stay in therapy.
Oh my God, that's a bar. And do y'all really know what y'all want? And if you know what you want,
not everyone knows what they want. And we wake up feeling different every day.
Do you want him? Do you want him? Good job. She knows what she wants. Good. But tomorrow, today, right? But tomorrow she'll be like, I hate you. Okay. He's like, but what I do? You didn't do nothing.
He may have done something and not even realized it.
Man, listen.
And I see that happen a lot.
Hey, men don't live to please your woman. Don't. Do right. And every once in a while tell her to shut the hell up. Tell her to sit her ass down. You don't want to hear that bullshit.
Yeah, that's if she don't have a wicked backhand.
And then if she backhand you slip and give.
See, that's another reason why I'm not married anymore, because I'm violent.
You're violent?
I'm violent.
Mina.
going
It
outside.
is what it is.
Hey, you got to say that into the microphone. Why are you? Why?
It is what
This
it
is
is.
therapy. Why are you so violent?
What I've been through. I'm a
Right.
small woman. I'm 5'4".
But
I
you're
used to weigh
tough.
100 pounds, but I weigh a little bit more now. But
Right.
I've always been small. So a small person in this big world, you got to put up a fight.
Right.
But I'm just at the age where I'm too weak to fight anymore.
Like, but who wants to? Like, I'll be honest with you. Where I'm at in my life, if I got to fight a woman that I'm laying down with, I don't want to be there.
Right.
Because I hear people like, "Oh yeah, I was with this guy and he punched me." Like dudes be punching they women like they punch men.
Not me.
No.
I wish they would.
No.
Give me a reason.
No, listen. First of all, for me, it's not a fear thing. Why would I want to hit a woman I love? Now I might shake her
You
up
know
if she
what?
get crazy, but
A lot of that is environmental, what they've
Right.
seen, what they grew
Right.
up in, what their father did, what their uncles, what they saw.
Right.
And they assume that's the way. I had a client tell me that. He said this. He said that every day he would come home and his dad would beat everybody in the house. So he thought.
can we
that,
get your microphone just a little closer to you because the echo's coming in? Go ahead.
Okay. Every day he come home and saw his dad beat everyone in the house.
Wow.
And he said that forever he thought that was the way a husband is supposed to act. And
Really?
so he used to try to beat his wife. Now him and the wife separated. I'm doing the wife's hair more often than
Oh, I thought you said
his
you're doing the wife.
hair.
I didn't hear the hair.
I'm doing the wife's hair.
Bro, she said they separated. I'm doing the wife.
Hair.
Right. Man, I'm tripping. Go ahead.
Yeah, you true.
I'm high. Okay. High. Well, I don't even smoke. Okay. I'm listening. Listen. This is why I gotta do my shows during the daytime. The night, the moon takes over on me. She's doing the
It's
wife.
not even a full moon. No.
I know she's doing the wife. The poor husband don't know about it.
No, this time he's 80. He just had his 80th birthday.
Oh,
But he was saying how his dad was so mean and he hated to see him come home and he would wish that he didn't every day because he would beat everybody. But he, as a man, thought that was the way you're supposed to treat your wife.
Right.
And he ran his wife off.
That's why he was like, "Oh my God, Daddy's kicking everybody's ass."
Yeah. It was a learned thing. That's how he grew up. So that's how he thought that relationships and how a husband is supposed to act.
Which makes sense. We see some stuff and we think, I'm trying to think, what do I do that's bad? I mean, I know I do a lot of bad. I don't mean like that. Like, well, there's got to be something I do that's bad. Everything else I do is good. People really think that about themselves, don't they?
Everybody thinks that they're good.
Right.
A lot of times people don't see the bad that they really do because no one calls them out on it. So they don't think that it's bad. They're just doing whatever comes natural to them. So in that retrospect, I say I'm seeing your true character. A lot of times when dealing with people, I'll let them do, like I know that they shysty or shady, but I will let them do it just to see how shady and shysty they are.
You give them the rope to hang themselves.
There you go.
And you know what? You play the fool to let them think, I got you.
There you go.
And it's crazy because people really will think you're that slow. You're like, oh, I'm just giving you a little bit of rope. And certain situations bring about certain things with people.
There you go.
So you and a person are getting along and everything's smooth. And then a certain thing may happen. Let's say it could be a disagreement. And then they're enraged, you're enraged, but you get to see another side of them. That's why you don't know a person until you've been through a whole bunch of stuff with them.
There you go. With me, and I find money, finances. When it comes down to money and doing things that involve and surround spending money, you'll see a man's true character come out then.
And I like to spend on the ones I love.
Not necessarily spend on.
Okay.
But let's say we're remodeling our house.
Okay.
And we picked out a tile. You're off to work. And I say, I don't like that tile. I want something else. And I decide to change it. But this change is going to cost us $1,000 more. it's cool. We got it. Is the woman's mindset.
Right.
But the man is like, I had plans for that $1,000, and how dare you do that without me? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So certain circumstances bring out the character. Like this one thing that's going around a lot. I see people will say, "You chose your bad baby daddy," or "You chose that bad baby mama," or "You chose that bad husband," "You chose that bad wife."
But you don't know they're like that
until time reveals it.
Right. And time does reveal it.
It does. It does. Different circumstances, different things. It'd be things that will show signs of that characteristic, but you are so in love and just so infatuated that you overlook it.
Right.
Until it can't be overlooked anymore, till it's becoming disrespectful to you.
Right.
But the mindset of the person that's causing the disrespect is, well, you've been doing this, you've been taking this all this time, so what's wrong? Yeah.
Right.
What's the problem now?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's true. Wow. Here we are getting all this good information. So I wonder if people, it's just the way we're wired, I think, because people seem to think that when you're nice, it's easier to get over on you. But like I'm like that too. I love to be nice to people and then see who is the person really. Or what I like to do is give them what they give me, right? So I'll give you a prime example. If somebody says, hey, I'm going to do this for you. I said, fine. I'm going to do that for you as well. Based on how they react tells you a lot about how they value you, right? So let's use an example. Let's use money, because that's something that people can pay attention to. You loan a person money and they forget to pay you, right? And then one time you borrow from them and you intentionally do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Some people will get mad at you and they will forget
that they did the same thing.
Man, we are some self-righteous jokers. Look at my boots. My boots want to be interviewed. Hey, yeah, so.
But yeah, to me, I think money brings out the characters, It
does.
It really shows a person's character. Stress.
Stress is a mug.
Anything, how a person acts under duress is so important. And sometimes you don't see that until it's too late,
So you're right. People like, you laid down with him. You knew what you... No,
we didn't.
Sometimes people...
No, we didn't, people. We didn't know.
Right. You don't know. And then if you get into because when a man or woman are first introducing themselves, I think it was Chris Rock said that you first meet their representative.
There you go. Everybody put forth their best representation.
I don't want to do that in life anymore. I want to say, you don't know enough about...
I think this with men. I think that you all really be sincere. That you really trying to be this person, and you think that this person brings this out of you.
Okay.
So, it's like, yes, this feels good. It's going so natural and da-da-da-da-da. But it's truly an act, and you can't keep up an act for so long.
Man, what? That is, God, that is so true.
So.
And then I'm guilty of wanting to give to people, and then when the expectation of that giving, you're like, oh, can I be a cheerful giver? I don't want to be forced into giving it to you, right? Mm-hmm. And I like you and I were talking about in relationships and being free-spirited. I am a free-spirited person. So whoever is with me has to understand that about me, that I'm not going to leave my home base. But while I'm out there, I'm going to be flirtatious, but I'm going to try to respect my boundaries, right?
You come home at night?
All the time. Listen, sometimes I envy the drunk guys because they get away with so much shit. And it's like the women make so much excuse for them. And I'm like, maybe I'm a lame now. When I'm in a relationship, I come home. I'm not out to 6 a.m. I'm not out turning my phone off. But some women love to be stressed. When I was out there being free-spirited and whorish, women treated me great. Isn't that weird?
They probably was thinking that they could infiltrate whatever you had going on if they knew you had something going on, you know. But you was still putting forth your best character, you know what I'm saying? You was showing them all the love and all the good fun stuff where wifey see the it's time to pay bills and clean up, and, you know.
Right.
So you
That's
know,
right.
yeah. So you were showing them and you yourself, them not knowing, was enjoying that time with them. You know, like I get to be this with you. Like we get to go out and buy you drinks and see you dance, and you know what I mean. Like it's fun.
Right. That's so true. Golly.
But when it comes home, when you get home and it's real stuff at home, it's like, well, why you didn't clean out that garage, or why you didn't paint the fence, or whatever, you know. And then it's like, oh, I'm gonna get to it, woman, or well, you didn't do it fast enough. Any little thing, you know, you dropped your drawers on the floor. Why is your drawers on the floor? You know, just any little thing. And at first with a woman, oh, he dropped his drawers. Let me get them. And when you come home, they wash, clean, put in the drawer, everything. After a while, you're both stepping over drawers. You know what I mean?
Why does it get like that? You think we just get too familiar with each other?
A little of both. You get complacent, you know, not so much as lazy, but you been doing it.
Right.
With a smile. So what's the problem now?
Speaking of smile, you still have a smile on your face. Do you feel like sharing with me or people some of the health issues that really brought you down through there? And maybe, I don't want to say you were like Job and wondering why, but this is where I'd like you to get comfortable, and I need that face to be on these cameras. I wonder if we put the mic on the other side, would that work better for you?
On the other side of what, of me over here? No, I don't.
Okay, you're good. Okay. So I'm just going to ask you.
Mindful.
Yeah, if you'll just look at the camera like that, just share with us any way you want to jump in. Some of the health issues you went through and what made you get through it. Was it God, prayer, or your darkest hour? Can you share that with us?
Okay.
I know that's a lot. If it's too personal, you don't have to.
It's not really personal. I don't mind telling, just because so people will understand why I'm not what I used to be. Because I used to be wide open, you know. But I'm not that anymore. I'm a homebody with a 11-year-old, and I stay home with my daughter. And I don't let people in my house.
Right, that's smart.
Like, I'm just very guarded like that. I don't trust people. But either way, lupus. So, me coming from a place where my family have property, and we had fields that we grew our own food in all my life. So once I moved away from home, I'm eating processed food. What's the name of the place? Golden Corral, and what's the other place right next to Golden Corral by the mall?
The Texas place?
Texas Roadhouse. I ate Texas Roadhouse every day because I worked in a mall. I was working in a mall. So bad eating habits for one, but I also think of just the change of the world, the water, the earth being so polluted. But I'm an extreme anemic, which caused me to have lupus. Lupus is an attack. The type of lupus I got, because there's 3 different types. I have all 3. It attacks the skin, the major organs, and the joints. So, like what I was telling you about when I was in the ICU, it was attacking my major organs, my heart, my lungs, and my kidneys. So, and to be honest, the pain was so intense that I didn't care if I woke up once I went to sleep.
Really?
Yes. You know how like you can go to sleep and you're in pain and it kind of soothes the pain, or you just kind of go to sleep. I couldn't sleep. So with that, if I could just get to sleep, I don't care if I ever wake up again.
Wow.
And that's how I felt. So, and to overcome that, it was my daughter. It was the fact that this life needed me. My other kids are grown, got kids of their own. They're fine. But this little girl, she needs me because she doesn't have anyone but me.
Wow. And so I don't know where the saying comes from, but it says that our children save us. Is that your situation?
That's so true. I tell that little girl every day. Just because the situation that she came about, I wasn't supposed to be able to have any more children at all.
Look at God. Go ahead.
But look, though, and I didn't want none. So I had an abortion. I had 3 miscarriages, and then she came along. And I was told I couldn't have no kids. So it was 20 years in between her and my baby boy.
Get out of here.
Miracle child. But even though at the time I still didn't want a child. Mind you, like I said, I'm not where I want to be geographically, you know, and with all of that, that too ties into being married and all that too. I don't want to be tied down. I don't want to be stuck. You know, I come from owning a home. I was born owning a home. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's different than somebody that's trying to make it completely. You see what I'm saying? In the world, I was supposed to be going back home with something and not with a bunch of children. You see what I'm saying?
So I hate to be the devil's advocate, but the abortion thing, right? Mm-hmm. That seems to be a big issue in our country, right? Mm-hmm. How did you? I just asked questions. How did you feel about that?
At the time, I felt relieved. I didn't want a child. I didn't want to be held down. I didn't want to be. And then you have to understand my family dynamic as well. All my uncles are reverends, preachers, you know. So I come from a church family. So for me to go back home with children out of wedlock is frowned upon, you know.
See, I take the position, and this is not to judge you. I'm not in a position to judge, but I'm so against abortion, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of that is, and people say it's probably because I'm not a woman, right? And I think about the stories and the people that I plan on interviewing, the people I've interviewed off the camera, that, you know, I just like, sometimes I feel my heart goes out to those that are fighting on the front lines, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I guess some people's fight is, hey, against police brutality, right?
Yeah.
But I think about the babies and what they actually do while that process is happening. And there's a verse in the Quran, and I'm not trying to get religious, it says, don't kill your children for fear of want. So here we are in America now where, you know, Roe versus Wade, I think it is that right?
Yeah.
Where they just, you know, Trump was first against abortion. Now he sees it's popular to be for abortion rights. Right. Now he's kind of swinging. So, you know, I'm definitely not a judgmental person, but I always feel, you know, my soul goes out for the unborn babies. And I'll be honest with you, I envy and respect the hell out of those Christian folk that are out there on the front lines trying to convince people not to have abortions, right? Mm-hmm.
My thing is, like I said, I had things I wanted to do. But my mistake was trying to control what God's plan was. Because evidently it was meant for me to have that child and by that man. Because that's the same man that I had the abortion for, that I had the child, you know, 20 years later.
Wow.
So with that being said, you cannot interrupt what God got planned for you.
Do you ever have regrets for it?
I don't have no regrets for anything.
I mean, you don't feel bad about it?
I don't. I don't have no nightmares, no bad dreams, none of that. But I realized that I did have, how they say, you got a course or you got, it was plain, you know, you got a destiny. And until you fulfill your destiny, everything will be going wrong. Because I worked so hard.
That's so true.
I worked so hard and I struggled so bad until I got this little girl. And now I don't struggle or want or hurt for nothing.
Look at God. Let me say this.
Okay. All these years in Winston, when you was coming in the shop, you know, all that was a hustle. I'm working, you know what I mean? Like I was hustling, sometimes just to make booth rent, to make food for my kids or rent or whatever, you know what I mean?
Booth rent. And that booth rent used to be.
Rent. Yeah. Every week.
That was probably cheap back then. It's probably outrageous now. What was it then? $75 a week or for the hair?
It was like $100.
For the hair
100.
ladies, it's probably a little more because people want to tax. You guys charge more than barbers, right?
Yep. But
Yeah.
no, it was like 100 then,
Okay.
and I think it's like maybe 200 now. I'm
200
not
a
really
week.
sure because I've been so withdrawn,
Right.
So, and I'm not in the loop of things, and I like it. And
blessing.
even with that, all that I did in the shops, struggling to build a clientele and keep it going and keep this level of professionalism, I did the thing by the book. I worked for someone. I worked for each corporation a year before I went out on my own.
Wow.
That was Regis, JCPenney, who else? All those corporate places. Great Clips. I managed for all three of those places.
Really?
Before I went out on my own. So I knew I was capable, and I had built that clientele from those corporate places.
Right.
But I'm still alone. I'm without family. I'm without, the structure and foundation of my family where I grew up. I'm amongst strangers,
Wow.
So I'm trying to navigate with children on my own. And things was very difficult, but seemed like now that I've had this child, I haven't faced any type of difficulty like that. I've never worried about food to eat. I never worried about shelter. I hadn't worried about anything.
And your baby is 11. I say
11.
babies because they're always our babies. Even when they're grown,
Oh,
they're our babies.
Yes. But she's definitely the baby because, all the other kids are grown and gone. But she definitely changed me, changed my perception.
Do you see through her how limited our time is?
I do. And that we are just a speck in time, just a speck. And I'm so glad to be here at this time, in the moment with you,
Wow,
in the moment
thank
with
you.
everyone
And-
else.
and I'm honored to have you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a hit miss chance,
And you know what's crazy? We can never get this time back.
Never.
I tell you, to my youngest daughter, who's a year old right now, man, the year went by this, just like that. And even though when I hold her, she loves me, but now she's pushing my hand away to get down to walk and run. And one side of me is happy for her, but the other side is like, don't
to
ever,
hold her.
don't.
Yes.
The world is so cruel and so evil. And I'll say this to the viewers that will be watching this. I was sharing with Mitch this video today, him and them. There was a gentleman on TikTok that was showing a video clip of a predator that would go out and harm children and rape children. And they asked him, who did you know who to get? He says, if there was a father who I thought might be a problem or dangerous in the family, I left the children alone. That's why we're also doing the Dads Are Dope series, because it's a balance like you talked about. And some women are great protectors. I would argue some have the Harriet Tubman spirit, and more than likely women are more dangerous than men in a lot of situations. But just to hear a creep say that, if there was a father who I thought would be a problem, I'd leave the child alone.
Right.
Because he didn't want to get harmed. Wow. We can talk for hours. I'm going to have you come back. This was great.
Yes.
Mitch, we were going to have her do the hot seat, right?
What's the hot seat?
The hot seat.
What that mean?
No, it's okay. We're just going to do it. Hey, listen, but I just want to give you a chance to, in closing, is there anything that you would like to say to the people that are watching, or any ideas you'd like to share with people before we close out?
No.
Just because we close out don't mean you have to go, because I'm going to be doing some stuff. We can talk and socialize.
No, I can't think of anything.
Well, listen, I'm humbled to have you here. I thank you for showing up. For those that are watching, this is my spirit. This is a spirit that God is laying on my soul, my spirit, to tell you. The time is now. If you think that you're supposed to be doing something that's positive, let's clarify that. Because if you think about robbing a bank, I'm not, if you think about killing people, that's not what I'm saying. If there's something in your life that you are yearning to do, you keep hearing that God voice. You can do it. You should do this. You should help these people. You should feed these people. You should start your acting. You should start your singing. You should start that trade. You should start getting in shape. Do it now. Tomorrow is not promised. I heard a Muslim brother saying, I wish I can get his name. He says, your problem is you think you have time, and we don't. Be great. Thank you for being on the Sharing with Shawn Spillman. Hey, Brother Mitch, is this Sharing with Shawn Spillman? Is this foaming at the mouth? Like, how many different podcasts we got going on? I love you. Thank you for coming. Peace.